Okay, guys, so welcome back. It's the new year. It's the first episode of the new year of Sex, Weights and Protein Shakes with me and the one and only Mr. Zack Khan. Zack, how you doing, brother?
Happy New Year, pal. How are you?
I'm very good. Very, very good. It's good to be back. I've had a fair bit of time away, which has been well needed and deserved. And I'm ready to hit 2023 hard. What about yourself?
Yeah, I think last time I spoke to you was basically at the Olympia, wasn't it? Before you went out to Olympia.
Yeah, so went out to the Vegas on the 17th of December.
And how was that?
It was great. We had a great show. Our predictions were, we need to go back and find out to see how close we were. I think let's just double check that. But I know I've got Derek in the top 5, so I'm happy with that one. But it was a great show, mate. The event was at the Hard Rock this time, and it was totally different. It was rammed, really biggest audience I've ever seen at the Olympia for years.
It was at the Orleans.
It was at the Orleans since 2006, I think it was. It started.
Was it busier than that?
Oh, mate, it was. Well, the Orleans never really got full completely, did it? Whereas this one was a sellout. There was no tickets available on the Saturday. The Friday, completely full.
Yeah. Was it as big as the Orleans?
Yeah. It was a totally different layout. It's more a crossways, whereas the Orleans was right the way around. I'd say it was about the same, I'd say it was the same.
Really?
Yeah.
It didn't look that big,
It was. It's just a different kind of arena, but it was similar.
Mate, at least you was out there, eh? But watching it from home was fucking shit.
Was it? The live stream no good?
Yeah, it was. Mate, the background spoils it. It's just so much going on in the background of the physiques and everything, and then you've got the stream is pixelated and stuff, so you can't even judge people's condition properly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we remember when we did one with Two Bros. We live streamed the first Britain, which we sponsored in 2020, and that was a nightmare. We had to live stream it through Facebook, and the quality was good, but Facebook after 5 minutes actually cut out the media because they were playing songs in the background that needed licenses, so we had a nightmare. I had to type the top 3 onto Facebook of each class because no one knew who was competing. It's a fucking nightmare. I was only going there as a show sponsor, but I ended up working for 12 hours typing everyone's names in.
What was the weather like in Vegas at that time?
It was all right. It was 10 degrees. It's not. I mean, it's not the same as when like September time when it used to be.
Yeah.
And I think, to be fair, I was surprised it was a sellout. The actual expo was disappointing. I think because it's Christmas time, a lot of people aren't willing to travel. The budgets have already been spent on Black Friday, so putting an expo on in December, getting loads of companies to invest in it. I mean, I'd say. It was probably like one hall of body power, how it used to be. But the stands, what I'm noticing now, is like we've always put a lot of money into stands, like a lot of the companies have over the years. And the stands now are like pop-up shops. They're literally a tent or pop-up banners with a table. Yeah. And I mean, I think the industry now, I don't see if the expos are going to carry on gaining as much momentum when you could spend 30 grand on online marketing and hit direct to consumer. I was disappointed. I stayed an hour there.
And give the consumers the benefit from it.
Absolutely. It's like, you can talk you can talk to the consumer, put it onto a sales funnel. You can get data from that. The companies get email addresses. With the actual expos now, people just walk around, they try and get whatever's free and they're gone. They're not really interested in trying to stock their brand or.
You know what? And that's what I'm surprised about is like why the stream was so shit. Because most of the people at home want the good stream. They're paying how much for it? It was, I forgot how much we were paying now.
Was it like £100 or something like that?
Yeah. Something like that. Stupid.
Yeah, it's expensive, and if it's glitching, I mean,
Yeah, but if most of your people are sat at home and watching the Olympia, you want them to have the best entertainment. Yeah. You want to have the best background for home. You know what I mean? Yeah. And most of the promotions and adverts and companies, they can do that in between. You know what I'm saying to you? Above
Absolutely.
the fucking the competitors, not like behind it. You know?
Yeah. And it's a thing that it happened a few years back in, I can't remember which company in the UK was doing it, and it was littered, and the feedback was so poor, because especially on the shots afterwards, you're not sure whether to look at the marketing or the athlete. You know what I mean? It's great for the people who are spending money on the marketing, but it's kind of like detracting the viewer's eyes from actually looking at the physique first rather than what's in the background.
Yeah. Well, but you tell me, you've gone to see the show. Do you remember any of the supplement companies what were promoting the Olympia in the background?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Not now. I probably would have done after a week or two. But I mean, you do look, because you constantly look at the stage. I do think it's money well spent. But
what I'm saying, it's not fucking long-term memory, is it?
No, it's not. It's not. I think that's the thing is with marketing. They normally say if you see something 3 times, you remember it. And I mean, you look at some of the brands now in the States, which we're obviously going to be a part of this year, and it's just about being seen in different places time and time again builds that reputation or brand awareness that people then think this brand is a brand that is trusted, it's supporting bodybuilding, and I do subliminally think that it actually works doing that. That's why they pay big money to be on that stage.
It's like next time, Kirk, is like you don't even need a stand there at the Expo. What you're better off doing it there. Get 20 or 30 girls, strippers from Vegas, wearing chemical warfare booty shorts, and just walk around the Expo. That's all you have to do. And watch how many guys take pictures with them.
Absolutely. I mean, to be fair,
what would you get a stand for?
I think it's about. I'd say there's probably like $4,500 for the space, and you get a table, you get some baby oil. You possibly get a mud wrestling pit, or kind of like kids blow up like swimming pool. We could just fill with oil, and then we could just do that, couldn't we?
And then we could have the rest of the girls just walking around.
We could have protein fights,
some protein shake fights.
The thing is, though, you could actually take over the whole Expo by getting to a bit like what Rich Piana did. It's like teams of girls and some of the guys just parading round, handing out whatever. Yeah. It's probably more bang for your buck than it would be having the stand, spending loads of money on setup, and then just kind of waiting. And people, you can see it. What they're doing, they're passing time between the show. They can't wait for the evening show. They're like, we'll wander around. And this time it was at the Bellagio, the actual Expo. Yeah. And to be fair, I loved that because it's going to a different hotel. You wander around the hotel, and that Bellagio's amazing. All the paintings on the ceiling, all Italian style. It's wicked. They've got not the Bellagio, sorry, it's the Venetian. Sorry, it's my mistake. The Venetians. It's all painted ceilings. They've got gondolas in the middle. It's a great. Yeah. It's the Expo kind of thing was a bit like, okay, let's go wander around the hotel now. Do you know what I mean? But,
it's perfect because Orleans was so far away from everything, so it was a bit of a pain, and it would cost you a fortune in taxis. Yeah. But at least with there, it was in the main spot, so all the shops are near. The Venetian is beautiful from inside. Yeah, it's so like it's crazy because in the evening, the ceiling, the sky gets dimmer and dimmer.
That's right. That's right. It was great, that courtyard. Yeah, it was really good. But like I said, we had some good meetings. We met with our Canadian distributor. I met up with Bob Chick after the show. We had lunch at the Hard Rock. Got a few things going on with him. And then met up with Cuba from who got Ultraflex. Went on a helicopter ride to Grand Canyon. That was good. I mean, I had a great time. It's great to.
I always say, if you're going out to Vegas for the Olympia, to guys if a group of you guys are going and your mates back out on the trip, go on your fucking own because you're gonna meet so many people out there. You're gonna have a laugh. I remember the first time I went, I was meant to be going with three or four mates, and they all backed out. I ended up going out on my own. I met Dorian out there because I know him anyway from before, and I had the best time of my fucking life, mate. And everybody from England was there. And I always tell people, fucking go to the Olympia, go.
Yeah.
But at that time, it was in September, so you had the fucking pool parties, everything.
Yeah. So I remember a time, I think it was 2019, when I was actually let down last minute by someone who was going to come with me. We were sharing a room together. Do you remember who it was?
What?
It was you. It was you. The day before Zack got ill.
Oh.
And I was like, I can't fly, so I went to Olympia on my own. People like him let you down. So, and to be fair, I then met up with James Ward, who's Tyson Fury's manager. So I was at the Wynn Hotel, and I had a wander through to the Encore, and I got a tap on my shoulder. It was James. He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm here for the Olympia, but I've been let down by my pal. He's sick." And then he said, "Why don't you come to Tyson Fury's after party at the Encore?" So we all went down to a party, and that was great, you know. So you do meet people out there. There's, I've got another story as well, which is pretty cool. So I'm at the bar on Saturday night after the show back at the Wynn Hotel, and I always wear like a man bag. Yeah, I've just always worn. This is more like a satchel. It's a smart satchel, right? So it's a keyboard bag. Yeah. But you don't lose your shit, so you know I don't really care. It saves me losing stuff. But I was at the bar. And this woman said to me, I'm not too good at accents, but I'll try. She's like, "Hey, man, I like your man bag." And I said, "Oh, thank you very much." She said, "I've been trying to get my husband to wear this man bag." And he looks at me, he's sat there. He's got a Gucci shirt on, 60 years old, very smart, kind of sat upright. And ended up chatting to her about this man bag. And then he starts speaking to me and saying, "Oh, you're into boxing?" I said, "Oh, actually, I am, yeah. You know, with my friend's Tyson Fury's manager." And so he's like, babe, pass the phone. So I'm like, "Oh, what's this?" He says, "Beat this one." So he gets his phone out, and it's his missus being taught how to play basketball at Lennox Lewis's house by Lennox Lewis. So I was like, "All right." He said, "I'm Lennox Lewis's accountant and financial manager."
Wow.
And I was like, wow. So anyway, he's called Kent, really nice guy. So I ended up staying with him like most of the night, and the next morning was the World Cup final. So we made a bet, $50 if we'd actually turn up, because it was only 4 hours away and we had to have some sleep. And then I bet on $50 on France, and he bet Argentina. But he was there. He came down. He said, "Man, we didn't get decked till 6 o'clock, so I've not been to bed." Right? And he was there for the World Cup final at the Win at 7 o'clock in the morning. It was absolutely ace. And then he rung Lennox next to me just to kind of like prove he was Lennox Lewis's guy. And Lennox is on the phone because he lives in Canada now. And I was just like, Vegas is surreal. You don't know who you're going to meet. Do you know what I mean? And that was a cool experience.
Yeah. Honestly, you meet some fucking people and interesting people.
Yeah.
And you know the good thing about it, sometimes when you do go on your own, you can do what you want to do.
Absolutely.
You got no friends pressurizing you. Say, "Let's go here, let's go there,"
Yeah.
and you just go with the flow, and you fucking don't know where you end up. You know what I mean?
It was good, man. I bet you've ended up in some. You got any stories to tell of what stays in Vegas? Happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah. Oh my God, some fucking crazy stories. So what's the plans for Chemical this year?
Okay, so as most people know, we're already in Canada. We've got distribution in Canada, but the main problem why we were with a company called Sport Life originally, and it happened when COVID happened. So they were distributing East Coast and West Coast, and because the price went up, because the plane stopped and the amount of transport, the boats and stuff slowed down, it wasn't financially astute to ship everything across, because the actual price the distributors needed it at, we would end up making nothing. And and then the gym shut anyway, so no one could even buy it. So we kind of put that relationship to one side, and the whole point of last year was to prepare ourselves for this year, entering the States. So we've now pretty much got everything set up. We're shipping the first order any time now. That'll be landing hopefully in the next 3 to 4 weeks. It could be quicker. I've got my man sat over there on the cameras who's organising the logistics side of it. So he'll probably update me with a bit more information. But
Florida.
Say again.
Where's it going to go to? What state?
So we've got the fulfillment set up in New Jersey, Dave? Yeah, New Jersey's where we're shipping to start. So that's just near New York. And then we're then going to go out to look for a facility in Florida. I'm still going to go with Florida. It's New York or Florida, basically. We're going to get the facility set up.
Yeah, you have to.
The weather's better in Florida, and plus we're not going to be living there. So if I'm going to make a trip, even though I love New York, I think I'd rather get a trip to Florida and have a bit of sun because it's probably going to be raining back home rather than go to New York where it's shit. The weather's very similar in a way in winter time to where we are.
I think it comes down to New York's got more happening.
It has. I mean, but Florida for me, I mean, it doesn't matter where the factory is. There's only, I think it's a 6 or 7 hour drive.
Yeah.
So either way, we're hoping to, once this first 2 orders goes well, to our trade accounts and distributors, also will be available online in the USA in 4 weeks as well on the website. Yep. Then we're going to get the powder filling factory sorted. So the powder filling is something that we're going to get set up there because the cost still to ship protein on a pallet, because you only get 150 pots on a pallet. Yeah. It's very expensive, where the capsules, because we're FDA approved, our facility here, we're going to ship the capsules over. You ship 2,400 units on a pallet. So it's only going to work out like 20p a pot. If that. But yeah, so we're hoping to get the orders in, get the brand out there by shipping over first time, and then we'll set it up very quickly. And then hopefully we'll then grow from the first facility into a bigger one. We're just going to kind of get a facility that ticks all the boxes, but we're not going to invest too much. We're going to wait, and then, because we've also got contract manufacturing work that we're going to be going straight into as well from some Canadian companies, USA companies, and some of the UK guys back home. So
no. So you're looking at basically by April time, innit? So you know what I mean.
Well, what do you reckon, Dave? I reckon it might be a bit sooner than that. What do you think?
I think we need to hit the wave at the start of mid-Feb.
Mid-Feb is what we're trying to.
All the ball will be rolling by April. You know.
Absolutely. By April, yeah. Like I said. Yeah, we've got. I've got a meeting next week with the potential marketing team in America, who work with some of the big brands. So we've got a sit down call with them to work out the plan, and then we've kind of got a lot of options. I mean, I spoke to Bob Chick for quite a long time about it, to do with what our strategy is going to be. I mean, the great thing is what me and you spoke about is we've got you for a start, very well known person in America. The stores that take us and heavily promote our brands, our products, we're going to bring you over and we're going to do a tour. And hopefully that'll be...
Like a lot of people are asking for regular blogs and updates of me training. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where we need to get like a videographer sorted on a regular basis for me. Because they're wanting material, and let's give it to the fuckers.
Absolutely, you know what I mean? Absolutely. But I think going to the stores as well with you in America would be great.
Yeah.
But
what I'm saying is, we need that consistency of me being on the YouTube and me being on the Instagram, the video, the motivational stuff. So we're building that up. So by the time we arrive in America, everybody knows what's going on. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean, we can start that. I mean, I reckon Chris might do one for us, a couple of videos. I was speaking to him earlier on. You know, Chris, he was at Pump Media for a few years.
Like I said to you, we just need some good fucking motivational videos there, and then we can like spread them out. You know what I mean? And in between, we can just do the normal vlogging. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But it's getting somebody fucking decent, and you know, everybody's fucking. They charge stupid prices.
I don't know. It depends. I mean, we've had a couple of guys who are quite good. There's a guy called...
But I need somebody local to Sheffield, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We can get a weekly basis, and then that way, basically, I can edit it myself if I need to.
Yeah. I'll hold you to that and see how good it is.
It just basically just needs somebody to film me a fucking ass train. Do you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Yeah, and that's... And basically, same with all the athletes we've got.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because we need everybody to be putting fucking content out, not just fucking 15-second videos on Instagram. We need content. And like I said, from you want your bang for your buck.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I mean, me and David, we've been planning Chemical now for the last 2 or 3 weeks properly before Christmas, and now we're back on it. We'll be staying till late tonight, all day tomorrow, just spending time on the launch.
Yeah, it's like, you know, we need to get things coordinated for each athlete. So that way, listen, if you're off season now, great. We want to know what you're doing off season. We want to know what you're doing, how you look off season. We want to show people that you're not in shape all the time. We want to show you the people your process, your lifestyle. That's what people love, the lifestyle, the training, everything what goes behind the scenes, what people don't see. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. It keeps them motivated, doesn't it? I used to watch a lot of that stuff when I was really into my training, just to keep me in the zone, you know?
Yeah, you notice now, there's no fucking good motivational videos anymore. People are just reusing old ones.
Yeah, true.
And that's what we need to do, Kirk, because this year, if we're gonna fucking make it work and you want to go to America, let's fucking get on it and give people what they want. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. So listen, guys. Obviously, everyone's watching. We can, if you want to just make a comment on what kind of videos you'd like us to see. I mean, the lifestyle stuff I think is great. I think a lot of fun videos would be fun as well. We spoke a few years ago about a few little things we could do that would be off the cuff that I think we should pick back up because people do love that shit. Good fun videos.
Guys, guys, just message underneath the video. Do you want to see cooking blogs, training blogs, motivational blogs, whatever you want to see? Tell us. We want to give you the content you want to watch. I don't want to give you fucking boring shit. Fucking me and some fucking hot pot and leggings and doing fucking lunges. And that will put you off your dinner.
Yeah, so, I mean, we've got the America launch 4 weeks. Hopefully we should be kicked off properly then. We've got new OP1 flavourways coming out. So we've got, we had a bit of an issue. So everyone, apologies guys. We were supposed to launch the Glazed Donut before Christmas. We had an issue with the labels, didn't arrive on time. And we've sold that much protein that I've had to order another 14 tons of protein that's not going to be here for 2 or 3 weeks. But we have got enough now to make one of the new flavours. So the Glazed Donut will be available next week.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Fucking Glazed Donut. You know what's the best advert for that?
Go on.
A girl with fucking her ass getting oiled up.
I thought you were going to say something about the donut and then something popping through it, but...
No, you want that come next to a girl kind of ass getting oiled up. That will sell.
Okay. We'll do it. Any of the girls want to volunteer for this, just put your name down under the inbox.
Any girls out there who have got a grade A booty, even a grade B, we don't discriminate.
Well, grade B is good for the glazed donut flavour as well. You know, it's a little bit, bigger and.
Well, like I said to you, the thing about it is, get it out there. We need to give the shock value.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. We'll definitely do stuff like that. I mean, other companies have done a great job of it, and I like watching their stuff. I think the old-fashioned, especially pictures and stuff now, I just think that unless it's a quote or something that's motivational, I think people just scroll through a lot of it. You know, people like to watch videos; they're more informative. But yes, the glazed donut, that's going to be out next week, and then we've got 3 more flavours coming out, which I'll tell you near the time. But we're going to kind of drip them out every 2 or 3 weeks. So by the end of February, there'll be 9 or 10 flavours of OP1 available. I've also got another product that I'll let you know in a couple of weeks when it actually is in my hand. We'll do a little review on it of here that everyone's going to love. We've been asked for it for years. It's a patented carb, and we're going to be bringing that out in 3 or 4 weeks. So that's going to be good. We've got a collagen peptide product. We've got a fibre product coming out as well. People have been asking for that for quite a while. So
what we need to do is we do a product hotspot every week because we've got so many good products and I think we talk about one product every week and that way at the moment the weather is down at the moment. It's fucking cold. So something like the collagen supplement is fucking awesome. And I think a lot of people, they don't understand about joints, ligaments, skin, everything.
Of course. Yeah, it's a good idea. That we were talking. Me and Dave were talking about that as well. I think informative blogs on breaking down the products. I know they're on the website. But it was a couple of years ago.
No, I think you need to talk about one now, one on the podcast every time you.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, we've got one right now. We've got Nitro Pump. We'll have a look at the Nitro Pump. So, the Nitro Pump, if you guys don't know what it is a non-stim pre-workout pump. So it was designed to be taken any time of the day, also in the evenings. So this is a very popular product that gyms buy off us for everyone who comes in at 8, 9 o'clock at night so they can go to sleep. It's a nitric oxide booster, so it vasodilates the blood vessels, gets more nitric oxide so the blood's flowing through, you get a good pump. as long as you've got some carbs in you. And it's got kind of like energy sources with taurine. We've got S7, which is a patented ingredient that gives you a good pump. Same with glycosize, which is 65% glycerol powder. L-citrulline as well on its own. We've got 6 grams of that, good for the nitric oxide pump. We've got some mental focus in there just to kind of zone you in. Huperzine A and N-acetyltyrosine. We've got estrogen to help the upload, and we've got some potassium, magnesium, and sodium in there for basically keep you hydrated and stop you fatiguing. So that product's available in 4 flavours. The new one's Caribbean Crush. This is my favourite one. It's pineapple and coconut.
I love it.
It's brilliant. I mean, the feedback we've had for that particular flavour is nice. We've got, I'm not going to tell you actually, I'm going to wait, but we have got some new flavours coming out soon. But again, until I've got one on my desk, I'm not going to tease everyone and then not get it ready in time. So I'll hold back on that.
And I think also, guys, if there's any product what you want to know about or you've heard about and you want Kirk to go more in depth into it and what it's for and the reasons behind it and the health benefits, just write it down below this video. Simple. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. Just let us know. Like I said, we've got so many good products. We've got like, I think what a lot of people say is when they actually get sent our catalogue, is they're like, oh my God, you've got so many products and they're really, really good. Like a lot of the distributors in UAE, we just shipped to the UAE, Kuwait's coming up, India, they've all said stuff like, you've got such a solid range of high-spec products, you know?
Yeah, like at first I just thought it was the protein powders and the content, so then I realised you've got Pulsate for the heart, you've got Bulletproof, the other products for your joints and everything else, you've got your organ support, you know what I mean?
We've got a really good GDA as well called Deploy that's starting to sell a bit more now. I think what it's a case of is that when you've got such an extensive catalogue, people probably look at the website, buy what they want to buy, and they don't really look in depth at what everything else is. I think a couple of good promotional videos each week or more informative videos just to tell people the breakdown of the products, why they were put together and what the ingredients do individually will probably, help people want to try some more of the range.
Yeah. And I think that's why, it was crazy because I thought to myself, my God, I was getting these products from other places before, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, I can just get it all under one roof now.
Absolutely. Well, that was the goal, it's a one-stop shop. I mean, there's certain products that I haven't bothered doing. I was going to do the cream of rice product. It's not really worth it. There's so many other companies doing it in the UK. I don't think the market needs to be saturated anymore with stuff like that. But we have, like I said, we're also looking. We have been asked for it a few times now. An actual mass gainer. It's something that I've not really thought about for a long time, but it seems to be getting a question asked a lot more. Are you doing a mass gainer? So I'm not sure if they're coming back into vogue again or not. It'll obviously be a quality, high, clean mass gainer with complex carbs, digestive enzymes, glutamins, creatines. Maybe some HMB, something like that, 50 gram of protein. So it'd be a good quality product. I mean, guys, would you be interested in something like that? Just drop a comment below and let us know if you'd be interested in buying a mass gainer from us.
I think mass gainers are always popular, always, because it saves the time for a lot of people mixing carbs and everything together, and they can just have like 4 heap scoops of that. And of
course, well, it's like we did one years ago for one of the other brands that I had. 210 gram serving, 50 gram of protein, massive amount of carb, very low fats, quality products. We made micronized oats we used for the carb source, and it tasted great. And it's great for people, I guess, who are beginners. They always come in when we used to have a store, and they're like, "Do you have any mass gainers?" They just want to put size on. There's no point in taking a whey protein. They're not going to get anywhere with it, especially if they're a hard gainer and the metabolism's rapid. Getting them extra calories in is going to help out.
No, definitely. I think this is where we need to do a poll. You know what I mean? Under the video and see if they're interested in the mass gainer and see what feedback we get from everybody. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But I tell you that this year, I'm really excited about this year. It's kind of the year that I think that we step out and get all over the continents. I mean, we're so close now to having something everywhere. Yeah. America's the last piece of the jigsaw, really. We've got obviously UAE covered, India, Pakistan, Singapore, Australia, New Zealand, Europe's covered with Prometheus. I think we've Iran as well have come on to me. They've actually been discussing before Christmas putting a purchase order in, which is another new territory that we've not dealt with before. So yeah, I just think this America thing. It's for me personally as a bodybuilding enthusiast. I would love to see my products in every store in America. I'd love it. It'd be like the ultimate goal for me. I think you've all got goals, haven't you? You know.
Yeah.
And
seeing your products in the GNC shops, it would be awesome.
I mean, it's great. It's great when people like these. Some people in Singapore, they'll post a picture in Singapore and all the writing. I can't understand it. And it's like, it's great to know that we're everywhere. We're getting everywhere. You know.
Yeah. No, like I said, you're gonna get there, mate. And it's gonna happen. End of the day, we've got the right motivation and momentum going forward, and I think we just need to stick with that momentum and give people what they want. And that's, using the athletes to their full ability and getting them out there.
So I'm hoping to get a show next week. I need to organise it. I was going to do it this week, but it's a little bit short notice. I want to get one of the shows that I've always wanted to, as a bodybuilding fan, listen to would be you, Lucas Gabrice, and Jim Giorgio. It's like the super heavyweights of the UK to a point, in my eyes. Big guys. Huge superhuman frames. I'd love next week to get a podcast with you three on. Yeah. All chemical athletes,
Yeah, let's do that. That would be great, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think that people who are interested in, because you've got three different people who've got totally different physiques, but you're all super heavyweights, and it'd be interesting to hear you talking between the three of you about the different techniques, what you do, food, all that stuff.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to know each of our journeys, where we got to and how, you know what I mean, type of thing. Because everybody, this is the thing with bodybuilding. There is no one way of doing it.
No.
There's not one way to skin a cat, and that's the thing. Everybody, you ask 10 different bodybuilders how they train, and they'll give you 10 different workouts, 10 different diet plans. You know what I mean? But everything what each bodybuilder has got to become a pro is fucking hard work, sacrifice, and consistency. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I can relate. Obviously, I can totally relate to that through a business point of view. So the last year for me was torture. I worked that many hours, and a bit like the bodybuilding, everyone's got different ways of doing it. I started looking at different ways to run this business, because it's obviously got different territories we're working in. We've got different time zones. We've got different aspects of the business. And so my plan this year was to try and create a schedule for myself, a bit like you do, what suits your body, what suits your food type and your digestion and everything, to come up with a plan where I can still get the work done in shorter blocks and still have a life outside of the office, because I didn't do a lot last year. It was either weekends we're going to gyms or bodybuilding shows, or travelling abroad, or obviously putting many hours in trying to do the different aspects of the business. And this year I thought, I'm going to try and get it so I'm more of a rounded individual, because you can become very disillusioned with what you're doing when you just do the same thing. I mean, Zack, what do you do for fun? What do you do outside of the bodybuilding thing? What's your thing to keep you on track with the bodybuilding?
Like I said to you, when I'm not training, I don't like to even think about training. So it's like, I like to spend time with normal friends wanting to train. I've got a lot of friends who've got businesses, and they've got restaurants and places, clubs and bars and places. So I get invited to go there all the time. Yeah. So it's like switches me off from that. And I know that I've got the weekend to look forward to and go for a nice meal or do something with friends, you know what I mean? Where you can go sometimes, you know what I mean, to the casino, chill out with the guys there. But I'm not a gambler, so you just go for the food and stuff like that, and just watch football, normal soccer, UFC, things like that. You know what I mean? So I like reading as well in my time off, and that's what I do. But like you're just talking about just now, reminded me, like, I can't work out for 2 hours. No. You know what I mean? I have to give everything I can in 45 to 50 minutes. In that intensity, give it everything. Yeah. And I know what you mean. It's like, so if I try like spreading that intensity out, I'm not doing fuck all. I'm basically just faffing about. Yeah. And I don't feel like I've gained anything. And it's the same way like for you, like I was saying to you before, when you're going into work, you need to know exactly what you're going to do when you get there in them hours, and get that demolished and get done and get out of the office and do what you need to do outside the office, whether it's go to the gym or family time or spend time with your daughter and stuff like that. Yeah. You can't just be fuffing about and wandering in and out of your office, throughout the day and think.
I think what it is I've always had this problem about everything's got to be done. And the thing is, I was unrealistic with the actual agenda I was giving myself. So I was still here like at 2 a.m. I'm thinking, I've not even finished. And as soon as you wake up and come back in, you've got another 30 emails. And it's relentless. And I thought to myself, there's a way around this. So we're all about delegating now to try and get the best people in to take over certain roles so I can concentrate on the key things like, really like the USA thing and getting all that kind of it done. But at the same time, I've took up golf, which I've actually getting quite good at now. So I'm not really good, but I'm getting to the point where I can go around and play holes. I'm also doing tennis. I've just joined the swimming baths because we've got an actual in-house competition between 3 of the staff who think they're going to beat me, even though we were all county swimmers when we were young. And he's laughing over there. Dave's about 23 stone at the moment. He actually got harpooned in the swimming pool when he was practicing because he thought he was a whale. But we're going to have an in-house swimming competition, and I'm going to get buy us a trophy and stuff. So I'm trying to film it. Oh, I'm going to film it. Absolutely. It's the operation manager, Dave, as well. He's put his name in the hat saying he used to be a county swimmer. So it's gonna be really good. So that's April. That's gonna happen. We're giving us 3 months to train for it. Oh, awesome. But it's about doing different stuff. That's not just I love talking about products, ingredients, manufacturing, but there's got to be more. There's got to be more to life. And this year's the year of doing other stuff. There
has to be life outside bodybuilding. There has to be life outside your work. Yeah. There has to be, because then what you're gonna think is, you've been doing it for 1 year or years, and what have you actually done apart from that?
That's it. If you died next week, I don't know what I've done with the last year. I mean, we've made inroads in work and business and stuff, but how can you measure that? Because there's always somewhere else to go after it. There's no completion of business. It's just a growth thing. And you watch people like Elon Musk and Gary Vaynerchuk and all these people. And they're like, we work 24 hours or whatever, sleep, work. That's fine. But there comes a point where you have to reset or the computer breaks. You just can't do it. And I think a lot of bodybuilders as well. Yeah. Like I was as well, I was obsessed with bodybuilding. And when I got that injury that stopped me from competing again, I was like, who am I? What am I going to do now? It's like...
What's your identity?
Because I lost a lot of weight. I snapped my pec major off the bone. Had to have it screwed back in. I lost a lot of weight, and I was embarrassed to even go out because I was known as Big Kirk. All of a sudden, I wasn't Big Kirk anymore. And I was, this is back in 2008, I was almost like, there's got to be something else after this, because my whole life was bodybuilding. I thought I was going to be a pro. I mean, so does most people watching this. They aspire. That's the goal, is to get there. But realistically, it's like when you're cancelling going out for dates because you're off season, but you've got to take your Tupperware. I mean, I get it, but there's got to be some kind of a balance where you still do normal stuff.
That's why when I work with certain coaches, I like certain coaches because they realize on the weekends you have to have family time, so you got to have often a planned meal and stuff like that. And you know what? And doing something like that 1 day a week and having. It's not detrimental to your gains. It's actually more beneficial, it's shown, because you're resetting your body, and once you've eaten some crappy food what you craved all week, you're like, I'm on it now. I've had it now, and I haven't missed it, so I'm back on it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think Chris Bumstead does so well because he's like a normal person. He obviously does the Olympia prep, but outside of that, he posts normal pictures. He does normal things. He goes skiing or whatever, snowboarding. I think he resonates to 14.5 million people because he's not just posting pictures of himself in the gym, doing weights or bodybuilding. It's kind of this rounded lifestyle kind of figure. That there's not many people like him doing it.
Yeah, because the problem you've got, most people won't go skiing, or if they do go skiing, they won't post it because they're thinking, that's not what my followers want to see. Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? And that's what it should be about. It should be about what, apart from bodybuilding, what else have you got going on in your life? If you haven't got anything else, then it's kind of really sad, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? You get that wrapped up in it, that it becomes life. It's like, this is it. It's like prep mode. There's even come up with all these new words like deloading and all these things that I didn't actually find out what it was. I didn't really understand a lot of the new terminology, but it's obsessive, which is great. And I totally get that. But I think life after it, it's almost like it's good to do other things. Like, you got footballers like Bale's just retired, 190 million in the bank, got a successful property portfolio, got this, got that. It's like he's not just posting pictures of football and doing football. They'll train for 2 hours and they'll probably go and do something else. I think you have to eat every 3 hours. You've got to train. But apart from that, there's got to be more stuff. But I bet a lot of people just go on Instagram and look at bodybuilding for the time in between the training. You know what I mean? It's an obsessive kind of like...
Yeah. Like I said, like for somebody like me, I use Instagram as a tool. I use it to have a laugh and joke with people, but I also use it to motivate people. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you have to be yourself, and if people don't like you for yourself, I don't want them type of people following me. No. I want people to follow me and see me as being me, authentic and being real. And because I can't be fake. Being fake is sooner or later that mask is going to fall off.
Yeah, of course. It's just, I mean, it's interesting. It's just interesting to see. Like, I don't spend loads of time on social media, and I did over the Christmas period. I also saw that Eddie Hall is looking to make a bodybuilding debut in Q4 of this year. What do you think about that? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's on his Instagram. He's saying he's thinking of doing the bodybuilding, and he's like, you bodybuilders do this lat spread, and he's like, I can't see if he's half taking the piss or not, but I would be interested to see if he can actually condition himself. I mean, I don't say he can't do anything, because the guy's done broken world records, and I'd love to see it.
Saying that, but look at Terry Holland. He fucking lost a lot of
weight.
Yeah,
is he getting big again now? I think he might be doing a strongman again, maybe.
Yeah, like I said to you, but if Eddie Hall does it, he's gonna get a lot of interest in that.
I mean, symmetry-wise, I don't think he's going to really get anywhere. I don't want to say he's not going to get anywhere, but
no, listen, he hasn't got the structure for it. But you know what? I would just like to see what he would look like.
Me too.
He would have to lose a lot of fucking.
But he's like, so he's always had quite good abs though. You know, for someone so big, his abs are always there. You know, which is most like Savickas, no abs. He was like a barrel. He even used to put the bar on his chest, on his stomach to pop it up. You know.
That's what I mean. That was the first thing when he came out with that weight loss thing. What he was doing. I thought he photoshopped his abs.
They were great, weren't they?
I was like,
really good.
Look at this fucker photoshopped. No, it's real.
It would be interesting to see what he looks like. I mean, I'd love him to do it. Maybe it might be a publicity thing. I don't know, but that's one thing that I spotted on a hot topic on Instagram. Moving on a little bit then to current hot topics. Arnold Classic Men's Open. So so the IFBB rules have changed this year for the Olympia qualification. For a start, only a show winner can qualify, and the top 6 or 5 qualified from last year. Yeah. So you have to win a show. But this Arnold, like we've got William Bonac, Sean Clarida, who else have we got on there? Samson, Kamal, Justin Rodriguez, Hakeem. To me, obviously, it's quite a light lineup, really. I was expecting like the two boys, Derek and what's he called? What was number 3 called? I'm trying to remember. His Nick Walker. I thought they'd be fighting. Cause it's $200,000 prize money, first prize.
And now, what's it now? He's dropped out. What's Charles Griffin?
Oh, is he? Yeah, he dropped out. I mean, to me, this is like a really watered down lineup of.
I think then they should have just done it later in the year, like July or something.
Yeah, I've also heard the Olympia is going to be in Florida as well. They're swiftly going on to that one as well.
Yeah, so, you know the issue I've got with the Arnold Classic is this: how can you have over 35 people entering the Open Mr. Olympia, and I don't know how many was in 212, but you can only get 7 people to compete in the Arnold Classic? Like, Come on, what's wrong with you guys?
I don't know. I mean, I think there's going to be certain people now who qualified for last year's Olympia who's not going to be qualifying again. So I'd do the Arnold if I was them.
Yeah, thank you. So the people who didn't get seen and who placed the fucking after 16, why are you guys not competing in the Arnold Classic and get seen?
I don't understand, mate. To be fair, I mean, out of that lineup, I mean, I really would heavily like Samson to win it. I think he's got a really good shot because he finished 5th at the Olympia, and there's no one. Is it 6th? So he's beat everyone on there, and that Sean Clarida. I mean, a lot of people are saying that he's going to win this, but I mean, I can't see how he can stand next to Samson and beat him.
Put it this way. Samson will have to come in condition for him.
Yeah.
Sean Clarida has got no weak point. No. But what I want to see is he going to look too small next to Samson?
This is what I mean. I mean, don't get me wrong. If Samson nails the condition, I can't see how Sean Clarida can win.
Oh, then you can't. No. I'm sorry.
No.
But fucking bodybuilding, a fucking better tall guy is always going to win, like Arnold and Franco Colombo.
Of course. But it's definitely going to be an interesting one this year.
And these guys then, they cry about fucking sponsorships and everything like that, and then there's a show and there's fucking people, you could enter and get some decent money from it, and all you had to do was diet for an extra 8 weeks. Mm-hmm. Why not?
Yeah. So just going back to this, obviously you're an IFBB pro, and I want to know what's your plan this year? Have you got a plan? What's the 2023 target for Zack?
Yeah, like I said to you, my plan this year is at the moment, I'm upping the tempo. That's why I want to do these blogs. I want to show the transformation, coming along. Mm-hmm. And like I said to you, by the time it's July, who knows?
I'd love it if we can get you over to America to do a show over there as well.
Yeah. Like I said to you, if I enter a show in America, I would like to do something like Tampa or Texas.
Yeah, I think that'd be good for the brand as well. Yeah, not that I ever push athletes to compete, but I'd love you to do something like that. Yeah.
No, I would love to do it. That's why I'm saying to you, that's why we need to start blogging shit now. Yeah. And start getting the momentum rolling. Mm-hmm. And like I've got people always asking me, like, when you're doing your next video, I'm saying, fuck me, I'm trying to find somebody, you know what I mean?
We'll find somebody, mate. I've got a few people. I know Amelia, who does our social media, she's our social media manager. She knows quite a lot of people who can do that.
Yeah.
We'll hit her up and see what she says.
That's why I said to the guys, I'll wait till Kurt comes back and we'll talk.
Well, definitely, this is what we want to do. It's a part, like I said, I just think that people watch videos, people scroll through pictures. Scroll pictures, watch videos. Because you can't scroll through a video. You want to see what they say. Like when Jay Cutler puts a video on, I know he's selling a product. I just like to watch it. It's a bit tongue-in-cheek. It's something to do. It's better than looking at a picture. So, and plus they're going to get a lot out of you because obviously you're very motivating. I've watched the videos Machiavelli Motivation did for you. Wicked. Yeah. Brilliant. Do you know what I mean? Super motivating.
Yeah, but that's what I want to motivate people. I love it when people message me and say to me, it's because of you I'm doing this. It's because of you. And you know what? If you can just change one person's life, you've done your job in this world. But if you can change 10, 20, 30, you know what? That's fucking awesome. Yeah. And it's all about, like I said to you before, what we just said, giving back.
When you're selfless and you're not doing stuff for yourself, you're doing it for other people. Yeah. That's when most of your rewards will come. The world works its way, I believe. That if you give positive energy out, it comes back. And I've found that when I've been doing stuff without even thinking about it, just to help people, whatever, and I try as much as I can to help other people, it puts me in a good place and I feel good. When I feel good, my energy rubs off on other people. And it tends to get you in a positive momentum. And life's all about momentum. You ride the ups when they're up, and you've got to push them when they're going up. Because they will come down, but if you can try and be a good person and be in that mindset every day, you'll always wake up and you'll be happy. And I think that's the whole point of life, isn't it? Is to actually be happy with yourself, so you don't have to be somebody else or be, if you lose all your muscle, it doesn't mean it's the end of you. I think people need to be happier more.
Like I said, this is our body for this life. It's a vessel for our soul. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean. And whether you like it or not, when we're gone, people got to remember how you made them feel.
Absolutely. They won't think, oh, I mean, obviously, people will still look at videos and think, God, he was fucking great, like Mike Mensa and all the what's he called? I'm trying to think of some of the old guys. Was it Munster, Andreas Munster and stuff? You know, he's like always remembered, but
Sean Roden, people like that. Yeah, you know, and it's all about how they made people feel.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's what it's all about.
Rich Piana, best example. He when he was alive, obviously people used to like rib him on his stuff, but since he's died, there's so many people still posting on his YouTube channels. Miss you, mate. It's fucking, and he, like, even Cedric McMillan, another massive, kind-hearted person, you know, have left an imprint on people, and I think that's what it's about.
He did so much for vulnerable kids, you know. Yeah. Like, you know, he did so much work for them, and that's what he had a house built for, you know, deprived people, where he used to help them out. Him and his wife did, you know what I mean?
It's amazing.
And you didn't see that side of him that much, but on his Instagram, he was an introvert. You know what I mean? He always said he was like scared to, you know, be himself and stuff like that. But, you know, and you could see that in certain situations.
It's not easy to be yourself online, because you're open to people who have got nothing better to do than try and pick pieces out of you. And a lot of people won't be able to take it, because if you're bothered what other people think, you know, it's very difficult to post.
Listen,
you know.
Typical example is, Kirky, you could have 1,000 nice messages on your picture or your video, great, and then you'll have one knobhead, right? This or that, you know what I mean? Put a negative comment, and you'll forget about them nice comments, and you'll concentrate on that one bad comment, and then you're like, fuck me, and that. It shouldn't be that way.
Yeah. No, but unfortunately, life's it's not nice, is it, and pretty? But it's what you make it. You can make it the best you can make it, but it's definitely a struggle.
That's what we say to people. I go, listen, just because you're a vegan and you don't eat animals, try explaining that to a fucking lion.
Absolutely.
You'll fucking rip your head off.
Absolutely. But no, it's I think it's great to share positive messages, and I think, you know, this year as well, I had such a good year last year. I'm sure you'll be the same with the shows we did and the team, and it's great camaraderie, and we've got some lovely people with really positive energy. And I think being in those circles as well, like if you want to join Team Chemical Warfare, it's like a little community of great people who've got positive vibes. Not everyone's going to be pro. Not everyone's interested in doing that. They're interested in following a trading journey and having a good time doing it.
Yeah, listen, I'm great to be visiting more gyms, seeing more people, doing more vlogs at people's gyms. It's great doing the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to...
Kuba said he wants us to come down to Ultraflex. We've got... where else are we going to? We're going to... What's his gym in Rochdale? Was it Oldham?
John Hodgson's
gym. Got those two lined up.
Charlie's going to be opening up a new Ultraflex as well.
Oh, right, okay.
So,
where's that?
Yeah, in North Leeds, you know what I mean? Sweet. So he's invited us down there, so that'll be good. So we'll be going to many places, pal. Let's just let's get ready to ride.
Absolutely. There's dedicated super gym. We're doing an open day there. I know speaking to Sean, he's actually been in quite a bad car crash. So we've got a bit of a delay. Yeah, he's broke his leg, actually, the owner of dedicated. It's not super good at the moment. So we're having to put that on hold for possibly a month or so, just until he gets himself sorted again. But shout out to him. But I know that the products also there have gone really well. He's saying that both gyms have pretty much sold out since they got the first big order gone in. So I can't wait to get out about, but it's doing it so it's on our terms this time, not like relentlessly doing it to the point where you're like, I'm fucking sick. I'm just going everywhere. But I'm fresh, I'm recharged now, and so should everyone after hopefully having a good break at Christmas, New Year with your family. And I hope everyone's got some good goals. Well, guys, drop us a message below and tell us what your goals are this year. We'll come back later and see if you're sticking to them.
Exactly. And I said to you, if there's anything you guys want to ask us, just write it and we'll answer it in the next video. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're gonna sponsor these videos now to start getting a bigger reach. I think the previous videos they're going to be going out on all different social media platforms, being paid for, so we're getting a larger audience. Even though they're a little bit behind, we should start getting a lot more traction. Pretty much it, mate. Just start of the year, little 2022 recap that we've done, and then a positive show for everyone watching. Hopefully everyone enjoyed it. It took a lot from what we've said today, which is what the meaning of life's about. It's not just about bodybuilding, it's about being a good person and enjoying all parts of life and not just focusing on one thing, you know.
And don't get too, wrapped up in Instagram. Everybody's filtered, everybody's fucking... We're going to give you the best example of themselves on their best behaviour.
Do you think, Zack, so I think this now, I think it's on the way down a little bit. Do you know when you're bored of something, these apps, like Facebook, I don't even go on anymore. Instagram, I'm very rarely going on it as much now. Do you think it's starting to be a downward trend in social media?
I think it's getting to the point now where people are getting sick of seeing people doing the same fucking shit and there's nothing new. Yeah. You're seeing clones of everything. You're seeing clones of people acting the same. And it just gets to the point like, fuck me, man. Yeah. She just got to tell you that again. She's just got her arse out again. He's just in the same fucking unmotivational video. There's no intensity.
Unmotivational video.
You know what I mean?
That's a good way of putting it. I mean... They might be motivating for them, but not for no one else. But the thing is, I just feel the trend's starting to change. I mean, like TikTok. I looked at TikTok, and that's just like people trying to get views. They're doing anything for a fucking like. I think it's crazy.
You know what I'm shocked about? They actually sit down and learn the lines to mime.
Oh, yeah, I've seen all that shit. I've seen it's unbelievable. Now, don't be wrong, there's a couple of people we're associated with who do that, so I'm not going to say anything bad about it, right? And they do a good job of it as well. But we know we're saying there's other things to bodybuilding. Now, if that's your thing, that's fine. You can go on the miming programs, and they used to do it on TV.
Greg, I swear to God. Let's just end the program now.
Before we say anything too bad. Oh, dear.
It gives me say something too much.
But no, I do know what you're saying. I've watched it myself, and I know a few people from around here as well. A girl I've known for years. She's done thousands and thousands of miming videos, and I mean thousands. She's very good at it as well. She's like, you really think it's her until a guy starts speaking. She's the guy as well, and you're like, what the fuck? But it's definitely a thing, a big thing.
I think we're not hip enough no more.
I just think, it's maybe we've just missed it. We're a little bit too old.
Yeah, we're not hip enough to think like that. And you know what? We must be wrong because they're getting fucking likes and attraction.
Why don't we start next week's episode by introducing it as a mime?
Oh, we should do a TikTok dance.
We'll do a TikTok. Why don't we make a TikTok and see how many views we get? And then mime. If you want us to see that, do that, guys. Drop us a message below because we're up for doing anything fun like that.
Oh, yeah. Listen, we're up for it.
That'd be good fun. I think we should do it. We should see if we can get 1 million views. We should sit down and plan a mime that's ridiculous. Possibly get some people helping us, some actresses or actors or some stage props.
Let's pick a popular one and do it.
All right. Yeah, sounds good. We'll see what happens. It's also good to learn about the whole how reach can work, organic reach, by doing stuff like that. So for Instagram, TikTok's crazy for getting reach.
Well, like I said to you sometimes, it's like, we haven't tried it, so let's not knock it.
Hey, listen, we might end up being professional mimers by the end of the year. We could come on and talk the whole show off different snippets from films.
The only mime I know is this.
I tell you what, this is going to be really good fun. We're going to do it. I'm telling you. Yeah, right, guys, wrap this one up for today, episode 5, Sex, Weights and Protein Shakes with me, Zack Khan. From myself, have a great week, guys. Stay positive, and I look forward to broadcasting again next week. Zack, over to you.
Peace out, guys. Have a good one.